What's with it, fight fans? What's with it, everyone? How y'all doing? Welcome to the weekly wrap-up. We had some good fights last weekend. We're going to break them down, chop it up. So we had the Claressa Shields fight. Claressa Shields fought Maria Dicaire. It was a bell-to-bell whooping, unanimous decision. Dicaire was doing a lot of grabbing and elbows and a lot of roughhouse tactics trying to survive. But Claressa Shields, she managed to do her thing. It wasn't the prettiest win, but at the end of the day, you just want to get that dub. Claressa Shields became the first boxer to become undisputed champion in 2 different divisions. So congratulations, T-Rex. Keep putting in that good work so we can keep watching. Claressa Shields moved her record to 11-0 with 2 knockouts. So what's next for T-Rex? She got a lot of options. And after her fight, she announced that she was fighting in MMA on June 10th with the PFL. So that should be pretty interesting in her quest to become the greatest woman of all time. So we gonna see how she fares in the MMA, but with her boxing ability and stuff, she should be perfectly fine in the MMA. So it was a good weekend for Claressa Shields. T-Rex, she made history, becoming the first boxer to be undisputed champion in 2 different weight classes at the same time. That's a hell of an accomplishment. If you didn't get to see the fight, T-Rex put on a good show, but it was kind of a stagnant fight. The other girl kept hitting and holding, trying to elbow and stuff. So T-Rex got the best of her. She did her job, unanimous decision. Time to move on, see what else she could get, because the girl she fought was kind of scared of her, it looked like. She just wanted to last the 10 rounds and say she went the distance with a great. So congrats, T-Rex. And now we had another good fight over the weekend. Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson. This was a good fight. If you're a Nunes fan, Nunes put hands on her in a record time. Well, it wasn't a record time, but it seemed like she just punched Megan Anderson one time, and then Megan Anderson was doing the stanky legs, doing the gangster walk, and then the fight was over, in the first round, like a minute and something in or something. They just got time to look at each other, and then Amanda Nunes is a cold piece. She hit her with that right, and it was good night. So Amanda Nunes, she defends her title once again, the 145-pound title. She still has the 135-pound title, but now it looks like she has no competitors at 145, because right after that fight, the UFC fired Megan Anderson. So she's looking for work. She'll probably be in Bellator. And Amanda Nunes just has the 145-pound title with no one to fight. So she'll be fighting at the 135-pound title and defending that, I guess, from now on. Unless they come out the woodworks with someone for Amanda Nunes at the 145-pound division, which looks like why they could be headed into a Amanda Nunes versus Claressa Shields coming up in the future. It was a crazy coincidence that both the best females in the world right now fought on the same weekend, That just made me think. But 2 great fighters, Amanda Nunes, get your shine on. In the UFC, I don't think any women at her division right now could beat Amanda Nunes. She's the best woman fighter that came out of the UFC ever so far right now. So if you ever get a chance to watch Amanda Nunes do her thing, you should peep it out, because she fights like a dude. Over the weekend, Amanda Nunes won her 12th fight in a row in the UFC. That's a great accomplishment. It's so hard to even put them together in the UFC, let alone defend the title. Then we had the Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya fight. It was the main event on the UFC 259. It was a good fight, you know. Good fight between the both of them. If you're a fight fan, watching that fight, you probably didn't really watch it and it wasn't really too exciting. Jan Blachowicz, he did his thing, you know. It was a kind of a even fight going into the third round. It was pretty much they was punching each other, a lot of stand up, and then Blachowicz used his size and strength and he took Israel down like in the 4th round and the 5th round, and that's what gave him like really the edge on the unanimous decision that he got. They were going blow for blow, you know, a lot of stand up, a lot of thinking in the fighting, you know, just a punch here, a punch there. And Jan Blachowicz, he went ahead and took over in the 4th round by securing takedowns and staying on top for the whole round and using his size and strength for the grounding pound. So congrats, Jan Blachowicz, defending your light heavyweight title. Congrats to Israel Adesanya for trying to be great. The fans, you know, we got to go on the roller coaster ride and see a UFC fighter try and fight all the best people, move up in weight. So that's all you want to see, you know, as a fight fan, is a fighter willing to go in there and fight the best and put on the show for the fans. So big ups, Izzy. I can't wait to see you fight again. I know you're going to be exciting like you always are. Jan Blachowicz, I can't wait to see you again. Jan Blachowicz, he's a knockout artist. And he didn't get the knock versus Israel Adesanya. So that lets you know Adesanya, he had a pretty good chin. He got caught with a couple good ones from the big man Jan Blachowicz, the big Viking. But it was a good night for both fighters. It was a cool fight, you know, nothing special. It wasn't a super exciting fight, but it was a good fight to watch. Wasn't too much wrestling. Definitely catch these fighters in their next fights, which should be coming up soon. And then we had Aljamain Sterling versus Petr Yan. This fight, it was a good fight. The lead up was good. It looked like they didn't like each other too much. It was a good square off. Once they got in there, it looked like at first Aljamain Sterling was getting the best of him like in the first round. But then Petr Yan kicked it up a gear. He was taking over. And he was, it looked like he was winning the in-between rounds, like 2, 3, and 4. It looked like he had kind of took over the fight and was taking it to Aljamain Sterling. And then for some reason, I don't know why, but Yan kneed Sterling in the head while he was on the ground. So it was an illegal knee for sure. And that was the fight, you know. But until that knee, it was a good back and forth battle. I felt like Yan was getting the best of Sterling. But you know, anyway you get the dub, I guess. Because I wouldn't have fought anymore after someone kneed me in the head, an illegal knee. So I don't know how everyone else feels about that, but you ain't kneeing me in the head and damn near giving me a concussion and all that, and then expect me to come back and fight after an illegal knee. You know? So fans are crazy. And Yan was kind of crazy too, talking about he acting. You know, if won't you let Sterling knee you in the head to start the fight off, and then see if you're gonna win the fight after a concussed knee to the head, and then trying to fight. So, you know, I don't got a problem with Sterling dead. You know, they just got to run that back again. Immediate rematch. Sterling need to get his conditioning up for show, because he was falling off at the end of that fight. But immediate rematch. I can't wait to see it. Yan versus Sterling. The build-up starts now, because they've been talking crap back and forth and on social media about, you know, the situation that happened. But the situation is, if you need me in the head hard like that, I'm not fighting no more either. But call it what you want to. But you know, that's the weekly wrap up. Until next week, have a good one, y'all. Jab that like button, punch the subscribe, and knock out that bell notification.